Ever feel stuck in your thinking? You've got a problem to solve, but the ideas won't come. You keep circling the same old answers. You want to be original, but your mind feels like it's trapped in a box. According to creativity expert Roger von Oech, what you need is a whack on the side of the head. Not a real one, a mental one. A jolt that shakes you out of your assumptions and makes you see the world differently. In his timeless book, A Whack on the Side of the Head, von Oech offers simple, brilliant insights to help you break out of ruts and rediscover your creative spark. It's not just for artists or inventors. It's for anyone who wants to think more curiously, boldly, and freely. Let's explore what's been holding you back and how to start breaking through. Chapter 1. The right answer might be wrong. Most of us are trained from childhood to look for the right answer. One answer, one path, one solution. But von Oech reminds us, the right answer is often the enemy of new ideas. Once we find an answer that works, we stop looking. We protect it, repeat it, defend it. But creativity lives in the second, third, or 10th answer. So the next time you solve a problem, ask yourself, what else could work? What's the opposite of this? What answer haven't I considered because it seems wrong? Because sometimes the best ideas are the ones that challenge the obvious. Chapter 2. Don't be logical too soon. Logic is great when it's time to refine an idea. But in the early stages of creativity, logic can kill possibilities. Von Oech calls this the trap of the judge. You start brainstorming and your inner critic says, "That's silly. That won't work. No one's done that before." But silliness is a seed. And if you kill it too early, you lose the chance for something bold. In creativity, the first rule is, let it be weird. Play first, judge later. Chapter 3. Ask a different question. When you're stuck, don't just search harder. Ask differently. Instead of asking, how do I fix this? Try, what if I broke it more? Instead of, what do customers want? Try, what do they fear? Or what would surprise them? New questions shift perspective. They unlock new parts of your brain. Because often we're not blocked by lack of answers. We're blocked by repeating the same question too many times. Chapter 4. Learn to see the obvious. Creativity doesn't always require genius. Sometimes it just requires looking at what everyone else is ignoring. Von Oech says, a fresh pair of eyes can see what a tired mind misses. This means, pay attention to what's right in front of you. Look at the mundane and ask, what's interesting here? Re-examine what you take for granted. Because often the most revolutionary ideas come not from invention, but from reinterpretation. Chapter 5. Embrace playfulness. Play is not a distraction. It's a creative superpower. Children are creative not because they try to be, but because they play. They imagine. They pretend. They explore without fear. Von Oech reminds us, play is the fertilizer of invention. So build some lightness into your creative process. Use metaphor. Draw your ideas. Tell jokes about your challenges. Role-play a different identity. Creativity flourishes in low-stakes experimentation. Chapter 6. Break the rules thoughtfully. All systems have rules. But sometimes rules outlive their purpose.
Von Oech challenges us to ask, what rule am I following that I don't need to? What would happen if I did the opposite? Not all rules should be broken, but some should be bent just enough to find something new. Every innovation, every breakthrough starts with someone saying, does it have to be this way? Chapter 7, get out of your comfort zone. Routine is the enemy of surprise. If you always think the same way in the same space with the same tools, you'll get the same ideas. Von Oech suggests, change your environment. Switch roles, be the artist, not the analyst. Collaborate with someone totally different from you. Discomfort isn't failure. It's often the first sign of growth. Chapter 8, real creativity requires risk. It's easy to fantasize about big ideas, But to really think creatively, you must risk looking foolish, failing publicly, starting over, challenging people you admire. Von Oech doesn't romanticize this. He says, creative thinking is messy. It doesn't guarantee success, but it guarantees movement. And often, movement is what your idea needs most. Chapter 9, put ideas together, even strange ones. One of the fastest paths to creativity, combine unrelated ideas. Von Oech calls this idea juxtaposition. Examples. Velcro was inspired by burrs sticking to socks. The smartphone combined a phone, computer, camera, and map. Airbnb emerged from the idea of hotel couch surfing. Don't just think linearly, collide ideas, even weird ones. Because innovation often comes from asking, what if we mix this with that? Chapter 10, turn creative thinking into a habit. Creativity isn't magic. It's a practice. The more you ask unusual questions, play with perspectives, challenge assumptions, break your patterns, the more creative you become. Von Oech urges us to build creative thinking into daily life. Carry a notebook. Write down odd ideas. Reflect on your mental ruts. Regularly do something you're bad at just to stay open. Creativity is not a one-time event. It's a way of approaching the world. You don't have to be an artist to be creative. You just have to be willing to think differently, to ask weirder questions, break your own rules, notice what others ignore, risk a little foolishness, and get whacked mentally out of your routine. If this sparks something new, subscribe to Real Deep Understanding. Because here we don't just absorb information. We look for the idea we haven't tried yet. Like this, if you're ready to break your next mental block. Comment, what's a question or assumption you're ready to flip upside down? Share this with someone who's been thinking inside the same box for too long. You don't need better answers. You need a better whack. And this book, it's the perfect place to start.